Commander Zethkar's 6 eyes twitched in disbelief as he watched the surveillance footage for the 100th time. The human, Dr. Sarah Chen, was sitting cross-legged on the containment chamber floor, offering what appeared to be a sandwich to the creature they'd designated as Specimen X7. "This is madness," hissed his second-in-command, Lieutenant Vexola. "That thing has killed 17 of our best soldiers." The creature in question was a writhing mass of shadow and teeth, standing nearly 3 meters tall with appendages that shifted between solid matter and dark energy. Its multiple mouths spoke in frequencies that drove most species to madness within minutes. The Galactic Council had classified it as a Class 12 extinction event, the highest threat level in their database. Yet there sat Dr. Chen, humming softly as she unwrapped her lunch. "Human behavioral patterns continue to defy our understanding," Zethkar muttered, adjusting his translator implant. 3 months ago, his research vessel had detected an anomalous energy signature from a dead system at the galaxy's edge. What they'd found defied explanation. A derelict space hulk containing dozens of creatures so horrifying that his crew had nightmares for weeks. Then the humans had arrived. The Terran research ship Curiosity had responded to their distress beacon with characteristic human enthusiasm. Instead of fleeing when Zethkar explained the situation, Captain Rodriguez had simply asked, "So, you found some scary aliens and need help?" Dr. Chen had been the first to volunteer for contact. On the screen, Specimen X7's largest mouth was making sounds that should have been driving the human insane. Instead, Chen was nodding along as if listening to a fascinating conversation. "Computer, enhance audio from Section 7 Alpha, Zethkar commanded. "I understand you're frustrated," Chen was saying, her voice remarkably calm. "Being locked up would make anyone cranky. Here, try this. It's peanut butter, very Earth-like. Comfort food." The shadow creature's appendages writhed, and its cacophony of voices shifted to what Zethkar's translator interpreted as confused curiosity. Chen had somehow learned to understand it. "Sir," Vexola's voice cracked with strain. The creature, someone accepting the food offering. Indeed, one of Specimen X7's smaller mouths had delicately taken the sandwich. The creature's form seemed to pulse less aggressively. Zethkar's communicator chirped. "Commander, this is Dr. Patel from Lab Bay 12. You need to see this immediately." Minutes later, Zethkar stood frozen in the doorway of Lab Bay 12. Dr. Rajesh Patel, a xenobiologist, was playing what appeared to be a card game with Specimen X3, a being that resembled a cross between a spider and a geometric nightmare. Its crystalline body segments reflected impossible angles that hurt to look at directly. "Gin," announced Dr. Patel cheerfully, laying down his cards. The creature's response was a sound like breaking glass played backwards, but Patel nodded, appreciatively. "Good game. Want to go again?" "How?" Zethkar whispered. Dr. Patel looked up, grinning. "Oh, Commander. X3 here is actually quite pleasant once you get past the whole driving people insane with its appearance thing. Turns out it's just really good at pattern recognition. Makes it excellent at cards. But the psychological warfare capabilities..." "Defense mechanism," Patel explained, shuffling the deck. "X3 was telling me through gesture, well, geometric reconfiguration really, that their species evolved on a planet where appearing threatening was the only way to survive. They're actually incredibly social creatures." Zethkar's legs nearly gave out. "Social?" "Very much so. X3 misses its family terribly. Been alone on that hulk for decades after their ship suffered some kind of catastrophic failure." The geometric creature made another glass-breaking sound, and Patel patted what might have been its shoulder. There. We'll figure out how to get you home." Over the following weeks, Zethkar watched in amazement as his human colleagues systematically befriended every single nightmare creature they'd found. Dr. Kim taught Specimen X12, a mass of writhing tentacles and eyes, how to paint. Apparently, the creature was an artist at heart who had been trying to communicate through bioluminescent displays that other species interpreted as threat displays. Chief Engineer Martinez had somehow convinced Specimen X4, a being made of living metal, that consumed electronics to help repair the ship's systems instead of destroying them. Just needed something constructive to do, Martinez had explained. He's actually a really skilled mechanic. The breakthrough came when Dr. Chen managed to fully decode Specimen X7's communication method. The creature, which called itself something that translated roughly to Seeker of Warmth, had been trying to ask for help the entire time. Its species communicated through harmonic frequencies that happened to trigger fear responses in most galactic species. They're refugees, Chen explained to the assembled crew. Their homeworld was destroyed by something they call the cold dark hunger. They've been drifting in that hulk for 60 years, slowly dying, unable to communicate their distress to anyone who found them. Within a month, the humans had not only befriended all 17 nightmare creatures, but had also organized a rescue mission to locate more survivors of their respective species. The beings that had been classified as galaxy-ending threats were, in reality, traumatized refugees, misunderstood artists, and lonely travelers. Zethkar found himself in his quarters, updating his report to the Galactic Council. How could he explain that the most dangerous creatures in their database were currently having a tea party with Dr. Martinez's children via video call? His door chimed, and Dr. Chen entered with Seeker of Warmth floating beside her. "Commander," she said, "Seeker wanted to thank you personally for not spacing them when you first found the Hulk. Not many species would have shown such restraint." The shadow creatures' voices harmonized in what Zethkar now recognized as gratitude rather than menace. "How do you do it?" he asked finally. "How do humans see past the fear?" Chen smiled, scratching behind what might have been Seeker's ear. "Maybe because we know what it's like to be misunderstood. Humans have always been pretty good at looking scary when we're actually just scared." Zethkar thought about this as he watched the supposedly terrifying creature purr contentedly under Chen's touch. Perhaps the galaxy's greatest predators weren't. The nightmares hiding in the dark. Perhaps they were the ones brave enough to turn on the lights and ask, "Are you okay?" In his final report, Commander Zethkar wrote, "Recommend immediate reclassification of all extinction event specimens to refugee status. Also recommend mandatory human cultural exchange programs for all first contact protocols. Apparently, making friends is a superpower."